to EdWise Education, Literacy, and Life, and I am Dr. K. Childs. It's good to speak with you all again for a new week and a new month. It is May, my birthday month, the best month of the year. The school year is coming to an end. You've got Mother's Day, all the fun activities that are going on, like track and field day and all of that stuff. I mentioned last week, I hope my teachers and students are hanging in there. I hope you're having a good start to your May. I want to talk to you all about a couple of things this week on EdWise Education, Literacy, and Life. One of them will be my 2 Cent Tuesday tip. And then the other one, I'm going to start something new every week. I'm going to give a shout out to educators or students who have been either impactful or who just needs a shout out during my little vlog that I have with you all. So I hope everyone has had a great week. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the tip for this week. This tip, it actually deals with students who have trouble with reading aloud. So first thing, I'm going to just read straight from my Instagram account. You know the deal. If you are interested, which you should be, because you're watching this video, I'd like for you to go to my Instagram account and you can get all the 2 cents or teacher tips that I've done up until, and something strange always just starts to happen right when I'm recording. Now there's some strange beeping outside, but anyways, I'm going to keep moving. If you go to my Instagram, it's Dr. Doctor K Childs. You can look at all the teacher tips and the 2 Cents Tuesdays from now, the present date, until January 2018. So the teacher tip for this week, it says, and I'm just reading it straight from there, reading aloud doesn't always mean round robin reading in front of a group of students. And if you don't know what round robin is, it's just having a student read and then saying next or pointing students out. And I know people have dealt with trauma from that. However, if you're like myself, I was confident in my reading, so I was ready. Call on me, please. But there's other students who are just wishing they could crawl under the table when you ask them to read, and it could be for any number of reasons. So instead of round robin reading in front of a group of students or the peers in their classroom, brainstorm some more creative ways to promote reading out loud with students. I'm going to talk to you about something that I've done to improve my classroom environment and reading aloud and encouraging students to read aloud. Rather than just saying read and next, they will there's some different approaches, some things that you can do. One thing that I've done to promote reading aloud when I was in the K through 12 setting is I would have my students do a lot of plays to where they could pick a character, and then not only would they have to pay attention and listen, but they'd have to listen and make sure they're ready for their part. And it also it took a little bit of the edge off of having to read, because you're actually getting to be someone. So it allowed them to, one, connect with what they were reading a little bit more, but also be a little bit more relaxed because it's something out of the ordinary and something kind of fun that they're doing. So using plays was one thing that I would do. The other thing that I've done, I actually did a special project as a reading and ELAR teacher back, I'd say almost 10 years ago. And actually, no, it might be further back than that, but I think it's about 10 years or so ago, where my students actually did a service learning project. They actually each had their own book that they were responsible for, and they had to it was a picture book, and they had to read that picture book aloud, and we recorded it. Now, technology has come a long way. As you know, technology changes all the time. We recorded, I don't even know that we had recording abilities in cell phones at that time, so we actually recorded it with a microphone into the computer and saved it as a file. And then we created books on CD, and we did that as a service project. Students wrote letters. They took their particular book, and we donated those to the children here at Texas Children's Hospital through a program called Candlelighters. And that program does still exist. So not only does reading out loud, I mean, you can do a lot to to motivate students to want to read rather than them just reading, getting to read into a microphone, getting them to read with a partner rather than reading as a whole group also is another thing that you could do. All right, so those are just a couple of ideas. I want you to share some things in my comments um, down below of what you think should be done to help students get over their fear of reading outside. Um, I'm sorry, of reading out loud. Um, so, that's the one thing that I want to share with you all today. The next thing is I want to give a couple of shout outs. One would be to Miss Griffin. Thank you for being a new subscriber to this channel. Miss Griffin was one of my former teacher babies at Texas Southern, and she dropped me a note about using TED Talks. We used TED Talks in the course that I taught her, and she appreciated that. I've also had other students say that they loved the TED Talks that we used. So hi to you. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll be giving shout outs to just whoever comes to mind in each video. The last thing is I want to give a huge thank you because next week will begin the beginning of Teacher Appreciation Week. It was always my favorite week in the K through 12 setting. My husband had a good point. He said, why don't they do it earlier in the school year? You know what? That's why I married him. But no, it is next week, and I know that you'll be honored. You'll be getting, those of you that are educators, you'll be getting lots of gifts, lots of cards, messages. And if you're not, just know that I am thankful for what you do, and I know how hard you work, and I appreciate you all. And if there's anything I can do to help any teacher that's out there at this point in the year, please let me know, or anytime, and I am there for you if I can be. So I just want to let all those educators know out there, ones that I've shared a campus with, you hold a special place in my heart. Don't be a stranger. You all, many of you follow me on social media, but I miss you all, but I'm doing great things for you all, and you all I know are continuing to do great things as well. So big and a huge thank you to all of the educators and those of you that are out in schools working hard for our children at this point of the year, because you know those students can get a little cray-cray during this time of the year. All right, well, that's enough for this week. Thank you all for tuning in. I want you to make sure that you hit, if you're watching this video, you subscribe, you like the video, you share it, you tell people about Dr. Childs. Dr. Childs has some special things that's coming up that I am working on, and I don't want you all to miss it. So, with that said, I want you to remember to teach, lead, and serve. Everyone have a great day, and I will see you all with the next video. Bye-bye.